Hello everyone, this is the third video that I'm going to talk about how to create the surface module for M1E Pante. So it's going to be detecting the Pante in the green channel. And so now I select the green channel and then turn off the red channel, and also turn off the spot module for the cathode light chain. So now we look at the green channel, and so we will use surface. We will create surface for M1E Pante. The reason that we create surface module instead of spot module is the surface module would detect a region, and then all the pixels that we average out with the background, so they would detect an area that is bright out. And then if the spot module is only detect the center pixel that is super bright, and then the background is relatively dim, then they would see it as there's an object over there. So in the case of M1E, is recommended by the Imaris specialist Matthew, that he suggests that I should use surface module would be better than using spot. And indeed, previously I used spot module for M1E, and then we just detect everything, and then the background is just super noisy. It's hard to get rid of the noise and then the true signal. So here I create the spot module for M1E and rename it, and now we just need to go through this spot module wizard again. So I will select segments the ROI, and I don't need to process the entire image, and I don't need to create the track for the M1E surface module. So I unclick this, and I never need to classify the surface, well, at least now. And we still need the object statistics to be selected, and this is particularly important for detecting that that cathode light chain and M1E are contacting each other. This is detecting, these two objects, they are really close, and so selecting this is really important. So now we are good here. Next step, and here we need to define the ROI again. And remember in the previous video that we wrote down the ROI region. So now I have the minimum on X is 155, the maximum is 319, and the Y minimum is 103, maximum is 316. And then the frame that they selected is 1 to 73, and I recommend you to just scroll up and down of your time bars to make sure that each frame has been processed, because sometimes I only have shorter frames, the image is shorter frames, or longer more frames, and then more frames. If you still set at 73, then the frames that go over 73, they will not be processed. So you have to make sure that the entire image is being processed. And next step, and make sure you select channel 1 for the green channel, and surface detail is I think it's 0.1 in the paper. Yep, 0.1 micrometer. 0.1 micrometer. And I think that the reason is the same, that we set it a little smaller, but the number is got from we measure the distance of each module. And background subtraction, we will set it a little larger, would be 0.28. 0.28. The reason that we did not set 0.5 is from our observation in the podocyte. Actually, the Pante of my 1E is smaller. And then let's go next step. And here the threshold, you just need to you need to eyeball what would be the appropriate threshold. And here I scroll, I zoom in is by scrolling the mouse. I like to zoom in it really large, and then you click on your, you just click on your right click on the mouse, and then you can drag the image. Okay, and then if everything just like doesn't go well, you can just hit the reset here. It will go back. For example, sometimes you accidentally just drag the image to different angles, and then it makes you difficult to analyze your image. Remember, just go back to reset. And then now I scroll to zoom in, and then right click to move my image ROI to the center. Okay, now it's better. Then we will just scroll the background subtraction to see what would be the best. And here, like I don't have a good answer for that. Just try your best to see the best result. And sometimes you need to go back here to adjust things. It takes some time to figure out what is the best, and the best to reflect what you see. I think I normally like to detect the image, and they have some like tiny spots, and then I will filter them out in the end when they are asking me using vessels to filter out the small vessels. So I think it's good like this. Maybe 2.33. Yep, and then enabling is to that it basically just set the set point diameter. The surface would enlarge if the background is still well, don't know how to explain this better, but the number that I said is 0.4 micrometer in the paper. And intensity based. Yep. And now next step. So now it looks like there's a lot of stuff that's not being detected, but for most of them are selected. So let me see if I can use quality to get all this spot here to be detected. Right, so now I look at this. My standard would be here. I want at least this one be selected, and then that is basically the threshold for me, or this and this. So let me see. Oh, here's another spot as well. But a lot of time would be just scroll up and down to see if they are really a legit spot. or legit Pante, because we are doing surface. Alright, I think this is good for me now. And then just go next step. And here it'll take a little longer for the whole image to be processed. You can see from here it goes to 8th frame out of 73 now. Okay, now it's done. Then, so basically I think my selection, my filter before looks pretty good. I got basically everything I want. And the vaso wise looks good so far. You can see if I set the vaso to be lower, then those small vasos will be picked up. But now I think I set at 10 or a little larger would be. Let's just do 10. I think 10 is good for me. 10. Okay. And then green bottom to finish up. Okay, so now it's the surface module that you have created. Okay. So here is the end of this video. And I think that next video we will do how to detect cathode light chain and M1E. These two objects, they are contacting each other, which means detecting the colocalization of cathode light chain and M1E.